recording.
Start recording. Did I make you the host?
Yeah, we are live.
We are live. Love it. Oh, put my fan face towards my kitchen because it's so hot in here. Unbearable. Oh, and I turned it off. Sorry about that. All right. And we like the light out. Is that better? Can you guys see better when the light's out? Should I open up the
light
blind?
on?
Huh?
It was better with the light on.
It was?
Now it looks really dark. Maybe try to open your blinds up.
Okay, I'll open my blinds. Did that help? Whoop. Opening my blinds?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to sanitize my hands. I'm going to double drape. And remember, I'm okay if you banana peel, or I like to put the drape together like this. It feels like it holds, so there's two towels. And I'm going to use a chemical drape. So this is the Virgin Thio Relaxer, by the way. All right. And then we're going to section her into 4. Pardon me. So I'm going to section her into 4. Control my ends. Okay, question. Can somebody tell me where I'm going to put my protective base cream for her for this application?
Only around the hairline?
Say that again.
Only around the hairline?
Very good.
It's a little bit on the ear too, right?
Yeah, you can always put some on the ears. Yes, we added that because sometimes people get sensitive there. Make sure there's no hair on your comb when you put your comb down. I'm going to sanitize before I go in for my TPT. I'm getting my protective base cream out. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. I'm gonna wipe off my spatula, put that back down on my SMA, and throw my paper towel in the trash. Now I'm gonna put the protective base cream around her hairline. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit on the top of her ears. Okay, so this is the portion that I'm gonna start to work with the product. I'm gonna sanitize my hands, and I'm gonna put my gloves on. Oops, I just busted a glove. That's not good.
Hard to put it on with the sanitizer first because it's
I know.
perfect.
I know. The things we have to do, right, to be safe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start in the back left, everybody. So I'm gonna take out the clip and make sure there's no hair on it, and I'm gonna put it back down on my SMA. I've got my product labeled. And can somebody tell me what it's labeled with for this operation?
Stimulated Thio Relaxer.
Very good, thank you very much. I'm gonna take out my TPT, torn paper towel. And I'm gonna place my paper towel up on the head so that I don't get relaxer everywhere. I'm gonna lower her just a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. So I'm going to start my application with horizontal partings. I want horizontal partings throughout. We're going to take 1/4 inch. We always have that first like awkward triangle. Okay, so right here, remember you're going to start slightly off the scalp, which is about 1/4 inch off the scalp. So can somebody tell me when we did the sodium hydroxide relaxer where we started?
1/2 inch away?
We did, 1/2 inch. So this one is going to be 1/4 inch closer to the scalp. Does everybody understand that? Thumbs up. So it's going to be closer to the scalp, slightly off the scalp. Okay, so I'm going to start. And remember, we're going to put it on the top of the strand. And we're going to leave out 1 inch, and then we're going to put it on the bottom of the strand. We're going to leave out 1 inch on the ends. It's really hard on this first one because it's like that awkward corner, and this is really small because we're only doing 1/4 inch. Okay, and remember we're still going to do banana peels. Now your subsections are between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch partings. Remember, slightly off the scalp, which leaves 1/4 inch. And we leave 1 inch out on the ends, which is basically what you hold with 2 fingers. Do the upper side and the back side. And then I know you guys can't see how much closer I am, but let me see if I turn this. Can you guys see there how that's closer than a half an inch, slightly off the scalp? Is that a better view? I just want to make sure you can see that. And then I'm going to banana peel that over. So you're going to follow these steps. Apply slightly off scalp. 1/4 of an inch off scalp, up to 1 inch from the ends. Upper side and back side.
Would you still call this the mid shaft?
Can you say that again?
Would you call this the mid shaft still, or would it?
Yeah,
be-
this is still the mid shaft. That's a good way to put it, but it's just, I didn't refer to it that way, but because you're going closer to the scalp, but it is still the mid shaft, Priya, so great question. Because we're still leaving a tiny bit of scalp out. Great question. I feel like this is in our way. Hang on a second. Let me move this down so you guys can see. Can you see better if I move that out of the way like that? Yes? Okay. Slightly off the scalp, the top side and the back side. And banana peel. Just want to let you guys look again to see how close I'm getting to, how much closer I am to the scalp than just 1/4 of an inch away. So you're slightly off the scalp. Can you guys see that? Does that make sense? Do you notice how my subpartings are a lot smaller? Because they should be 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. This product is different than sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is a lot thicker than this. This product is more liquidy, but not as liquidy as perm solution. So it's semi-thick. It's thicker viscosity than perm solution, even though it's close to the same ingredient, but it's not as thick as sodium hydroxide. Okay, do you guys, are you good, or do you want me to carry on down halfway through the section? What do you think? What do you want? Do you want me to go at least halfway? Thumbs up? Can I get a, Or do you guys got the gist? A little bit more? Okay. So again, slightly off the scalp, 1/4 of an inch. And you're gonna follow this all the way down to the hairline, and then you're gonna go to your next section and you're gonna finish all 4 quadrants with this step. Does anybody have any questions about that? Remember, when your sections get too wide, you want to take them, split them up. So I think I'm okay for like 1 more, and then my sections are gonna get wider on the back of my head, on the round of the head. Any questions so far? Slightly off the scalp, up to the ends, so that 1 inch off the ends. And I'm banana peeling.
Miss Alita,
Yes.
would you consider the sodium hydroxide relaxer like stronger than this
Way
one?
stronger.
Okay.
Way stronger. Sodium hydroxide relaxer will have a pH of about 13. The Thio Relaxers are somewhere between 7, 8, 9 usually. When we do, very soon I'm going to be doing my chemical waving PowerPoint this week or next week, and you'll see the difference in the pH. So it's all about the potential hydrogen.
Okay.
Great question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so does everybody good if I stop there? Does everybody understand that you're going to do this step, first step, all the way down to the hairline, and then you're going to do all the quadrants? Yes? Thumbs up? Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to peel this down. And this is a step that I'm not seeing some of you do when you put things up banana peel. I'm not seeing people like really peel them down. So we need to work on that a little bit. Okay. The next step so after we've done the entire scalp, we're going to take the back of our comb, and we're going to smooth through the ends.
We're using a tail.
Yes?
We are using the one with the tail, that comb?
Yeah, I'm using the tail comb.
Not the all-purpose this time?
You can use either.
Okay, doesn't matter, okay.
I'm okay with either, but do not use the brush at this time.
Okay.
It's one of the combs.
Mm-hmm.
Never the pintail comb, so never use the one with the metal.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so I'm gonna smooth, and I'm just gonna smooth through the ends at this point. So you guys can all put down that I'm smoothing through the ends. And then I'm going to, the reason why I like the tail comb is because when I put it back, I can banana peel it up here still. So I'm going from where I started, and I'm smoothing through the ends at this time. I'm not doing anything on the scalp yet. I'm just smoothing through the ends. I'm not reapplying, and I'm not taking a lot of product off. It's a messy business. I'm using moderate tension. So you guys can see I'm going all the way through the ends now. There is product on the ends. I'm doing all the ones separately that I banana peeled up. Smoothing through the ends. Does anybody have any questions about this part? Smoothing through the ends. That you're going to do that all the way around the hairline. Have your torn paper towels or your paper towels nearby. After you've went to all the sections, smoothing through the ends with the back of the comb, the rat tail comb. I like the rat tail comb for this. I'm going to banana peel everything down. And this is when, according to manufacturer's instructions, I'm going to do a strand test. So I'm going to grab the very first piece where I started. And what the strand test is going to do is I'm going to split that piece in half, and I'm going to take that hair and I'm going to tie it in a knot. This is how we want you to do this strand test. When you are doing a Thio Relaxer and you tie the hair in a knot, when the hair bounces open, it means that the hair still has curl and it's not to the point yet where you go to the next step. If the knot like stays put where you tied it, then you are ready for the next step. It means the hair has straightened. That's one technique that people use to see if the hair has went from curly to straight. And we like that technique, and we do use it when we have done Thio Relaxers on the floor. So your first strand test, you're gonna tie the hair in a knot, and you're looking for it to bounce open, or you're looking for it to stay put, and that tells you if you're ready. Does anybody have any questions about the knot? Any questions? Okay. After you have done that and you know that you're ready to move on, this is when the last few minutes of the relaxer, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna work the relaxer to the root now, to the scalp. We only need this to be on that scalp a few minutes. So now the whole hair has product. I moved my, paper towel, and I'm just gonna take more product. I'm gonna put it in the root. I'm gonna make sure there's product on my ends, and I'm gonna move fast. So now I'm just working it down to the root. And I'm just working fast. Look behind, make sure we have it going to the scalp now. Applying to the scalp, to the root. Remember, we already moved it through the ends with the back of the comb.
So do you wait for a few minutes till the curl doesn't bounce open before you apply
Yeah,
it to the
so
roots, or?
I was assuming that my curl was ready.
Okay,
And
but
so
if
then
it
it's-
wasn't ready, then how long do you wait?
You
before
would,
cut?
it's following manufacturer's instructions. So some manufacturer's instructions might say, don't let this process more than 20 minutes anyway.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It just depends on, is the hair colored? Is, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, what are the directions on the manufacturer's instructions?
Okay.
Okay, so after you've worked it through the roots, you're gonna perform a second strand test to make sure we're ready to go shampoo. So I'm gonna take that piece of hair I worked with already, and I'm gonna tie it in a knot again. I can say, oh my goodness, she's ready, and I'm gonna go shampoo her hair. So can somebody tell me what I'm gonna do right now when I go shampoo her hair?
I think you're gonna rinse it first, and then you're gonna shampoo with like the acid neutralizing thing that at least
And, well, this time I'm gonna use an acid balance shampoo.
acid balance.
Yes, so, and remember, an acid balance shampoo is lower in pH than a normalizing shampoo, but that was good. And I can shampoo 3 times with this, okay? So I'm gonna go off camera for a minute to go shampoo, like I'm gonna go take care of her hair, and then I'll be right back. At this point in time, obviously all of her clips are out because I've done all the sections, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna step off camera and I'll be back in about 3 minutes, I hope. I'm back. Okay. So kind of like when you guys saw the perm application, at this time, I'm just gonna blot the excess water. Okay, so these are the last steps. I'm blotting the water, taking a little bit of time. There's no time when we're gonna comb it, okay? And I'm not gonna ask you to resection it But what I am going to ask you to do is think of the 4 sections and how you started. And you're going to do the next step starting in the back left section, even though the hair is not sectioned. So this is the next step and the last step. I'm going to start in what would be the back left section where I started the whole process. This is the time when we're going to neutralize the hair. So remember, the Thio breaks down the hair and the neutralizer hardens the hair into its shape. So that when the Thio breaks down in this case, it's making the hair from curly to straight. And then when we go back and we neutralize it, we're telling it to stay straight. So when the Thio part of it broke down the bonds, and now we're telling them to stay where they are, don't move. Also the neutralizer, not only does it harden the hair and keep it straight, but the neutralizer also helps to neutralize the odor, because the Thio odor of a perm is phenomenally stinky. We stopped doing them in our department because it stinks down the hall and around the corner. And some people are allergic to it. So this last step, this is the only time in any of the procedures we're gonna have you do this. You're gonna kind of go back to 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch sections. You're gonna apply this from roots to ends, and you're gonna move fast, and you're gonna work it through with your fingers and bring it over. We're neutralizing. We're gonna apply the neutralizer, work it through with the fingers, and bring it over. This is now the neutralizer. The last step. We're gonna go all the way through this section down to the hairline. You can apply it from the roots to the ends. We're using our fingers to smooth it and bring it over. Does anybody have any questions about this part so far? Work it all the way through the ends. Make sure you have enough product on there that you can see, but you're not going to see it like the other application. Can you guys see that I'm using my fingers to smooth? I'm applying with the brush and using my fingers to smooth. Remember, the viscosity of this product is less thick than sodium hydroxide and more thick than regular perming thioglycolic and neutralizer. The viscosity of it is about in the middle, the thickness. So once you have applied the neutralizer and smooth with your fingers to all 4 sections, you're going to follow manufacturer's instructions. They might say to neutralize for 5 minutes, most likely. Could say 10 minutes. So we're going to do that. We're going to rinse thoroughly. We're going to shampoo. Sorry. Big star. We're going to condition. We don't shampoo after neutralizing. I'm sorry. Rinse thoroughly, condition, and style. So rinse thoroughly, we can condition, and we style. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, Ms. Martinez, you can stop the demo, the recording.
Okay.
So Mr. Vito,